Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, where we're now witnessing the brand new passenger train line that we implemented all the way from Adelaide to Wagga Wagga. Guys, you can't stop me right now. And it's currently going across the big bridge, which I'm still not 100% sure what I should do with this. It's so high. A lot of you guys like it, want me to keep it. Some of you want to get rid of it right now. So I'm going to ask you one final time. What ultimately should I do with this big bridge? It seems a little bit ridiculous, doesn't it? It really, really does. I could increase the height of the terrain. I could do many things, but it's doing pretty well. It connects up to there, which the train will eventually, once it goes to Adelaide, come all the way through Canberra, Sydney, and Newcastle, and hook all those guys up. Now, in today's episode, we're going to do some more expansions in terms of the industry. It's really important that we do, and we need to get some bus routes set up for the cities so we can incorporate more passengers on the two passenger train lines, because I do need them to make a bit of a profit. Now, we've got a lot of work to do. We currently need to produce, out of all the cities and towns currently connected to the rail network, the passenger line, the only two towns that don't have both of their goods is Albury and Wagga Wagga, which we need construction materials and we need goods. Now, last episode, we kind of planned out where we're going to get this all set up. We have up here a goods factory, and just over here we have a construction materials plant as well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to feed this to produce the goods, feed that to produce the construction materials, and deliver that to the towns where we need it to pretty much go. But I have to kind of create a whole extensive rail network up here right now, which is going to get quite complex, a little bit complicated, but I think we'll be okay. I honestly think we'll be okay. Now, currently right now, we are delivering steel to this plant. We have a steel train. I believe, is this it? No, you're not it. It's somewhere, and it's pretty much picking up the steel. Are you it? You are. Okay, here it is right now. It's about to come in right now for the first time and pick up the steel from Mildura and take it up there. So we've already got one half of the goods delivered. The second half is plastic. Now, what we're going to have to do is we have to get the oil over here, delivered to the oil refinery there, for the oil refinery then to deliver the goods all the way up and down to the plastics plant, to then bring it all the way back to the goods factory. It's an epic, but in the end, we will be producing goods. Now, as we're bringing the line out here as well to pick up that oil, I can combine these two to also give us the ability to kind of connect the construction materials up to the main grid. It's a lot of work, but if there's one folio that can do it, it's ya boy. So if you are enjoying this series, smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. So, first things first then, we'll kind of work it bringing this in. Now, we're going to do a line going down to here that would also do a little bit of a V. I know we've got loads of connections here, which can be quite annoying in many ways, but it's what we have to do. It's what we have to do, boys, to get these beautiful connections. And as long as we get the signals right, we shouldn't really see much issues with all of this. Now, we're going to go quite long because I want a lot of goods to be on this platform. There we go, there we go, there we go. It's very high, but I'll kind of level it all out eventually anyway. And I won't do more tracks because it'll add another platform in. I need to add that in myself. So put you right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to configure this and add in track-wise. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I just realized I didn't do high speed. I suppose it doesn't really make much difference, but it will kind of annoy me that I didn't do high speed. So let me just get that all in. There we go, there we go. So the two extra lines there are the bypassing route for the trains that come in and pick up the brick or the construction materials and deliver it to their towns and cities. That's what that bypassing route is going to be for. So select you, bring you now all the way down. I want it to go in pretty much a straight line. So I'm trying to find the snap. Okay, the snap's there, which is a little bit closer than I was fully expecting to be to that building. And we're going to get rid of the bridge. La-di-da. I know it seems quite high, but we're going to terraform all of this. and bulk it all up. So we're going to bring this then all the way out and bring it all the way down as much as we can to here. And then we just got to create a V connection or a Y connection. I don't know what the correct term for it is. It actually is. So if I go, let's say, for example, we're going to get them more going this way. Well, no, actually, we're going to get them more going that way if you got multiple towns and cities on. So I suppose it doesn't really matter. But if I went there to there, they do have to slow down quite dramatically, but they're going to be slowing down anyway because of the natural nature of this junction. There we go. And if I pick here to go there to there, it's a small little connection. It's very similar to this connection up here, but it will do the job. Like I said, as long as you get the signals just right, you shouldn't really have many issues. So they're driving on this side of the road. I've always got to remember that. There we go. Oh, I don't know how that signal is going to work. Right, that one can now go. And then signals this way. That goes there. And I'm going to move this one up to there instead of having it right there. Just space it out a little bit more. Push it slightly away is what we're going to do. So that should allow us then to kind of control this a little bit better. We'll do a couple of signals now going down. And we'll get to this point and then we'll do a signal just there and then one there. And then we'll do one last one just here because this is where the bend will come in for that connection there. And then we're all good. So I won't build that at this minute. We'll just get this line all set up and then get the plastics being delivered all the way back. So if I now smooth all this area out, so increase the brush size, make it big, increase the strength, smooth all this out as much as we can, make it look pretty nice. Now, it will get a little bit more difficult the higher we go. So we'll come out this side. Bulk that out a bit more. There we go, there we go. Push all this out as much as we can. I blame this for making, that industry for making this so high in the sky. But it will look good. It will eventually look good. Push it all out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. As much as we can. Winning, boys. We are then winning. Alright, keep it going. And that then is pretty much done. So it kind of then, well, it's not going to look, never going to look natural, but it then doesn't look as ridiculous as we're staring at it from up above. So we can officially get a train line connected to this now. So if I go new line from here to here. Now, when it gets to here, I do have the ability to make it utilize multiple platforms. And I don't know whether that's going to be a good idea, but if you've got a multitude of trains coming in, it is going to be a good idea. Now, the Mildura Steel 2, when it comes into here, we'll get that to also utilize multiple platforms. Just makes life a little bit easier for me. I haven't renamed line 1, and I'm going to wait until I've got more passengers set up for it. But this is delivering the oil, so I'll make this dark. And we'll rename it. So it's going to Rockhampton to Mount Isa City Exchange. So we'll call this we'll call it the Rockhampton. I've called it Rickhampton. Rockhampton Oil. There we go. Easy enough, right? Easy enough. Now, I'm not sure how big the train's going to need to be. And where is the closest rail yard that I can buy trains from? It's all the way down there, isn't it? I feel like we should build one a little bit closer. So we'll at least get this one in here. And then tracks. So in terms of tracks then, they're going to come in. We'll go that way on that one. And then go that way on that one. A little bit of smoothie. Should do the job. And right, so steam. We'll go with the, because it's not really that far away, the 3.5 first. Cargo wise, we'll add in enough tankers right now. We'll go for a 120 capacity and just, we'll kind of see what happens. I'll have to add more onto it once we start seeing the demands from it. So that will do what we need it to do. And that will deliver oil from there all the way to over here. Perfect. So then once it refines the crude oil into refined or crude oil, I'm not quite sure. We need to take that all the way around to deliver it to over here. Now we did update this train station last episode to be able to handle what we're about to kind of get up and running. It's a way that we can kind of then not have to build more train tracks or routes. We can just utilize the current existing routes. So that would go there, which we will actually need it to be like 2-track wise because we're going to be picking up plastics from here. So there's no need to do anything else apart from that because it's only going to be 2 train lines that do come in. Now we'll connect from here. Now you just do a direct route and see what happens on a direct route. So a direct route is a nice little bend, maintaining speed providing it comes through with the speed. So build you and then take this one all the way back. And then a little bit of terrain. Sort it all out. I wonder if it's easy to pause it while I do it. It's the downside of building so long, and I don't know why all these industries seem to be raised up. I mean, I did build all these industries myself, but you know what I mean? You did a terrible job, Zodiac, a terrible job. Right, there we go, there we go. And we also need to add a crisscross in, so when the trains get down to here, I just realised that is not even. I mean, I know it makes no sense to add high speed on it at this point, but I'm such a fool. There we go. Visually, it just looks a little bit better. So we've got the crisscross in. Bypasses the fuel refinery place over there, which is picking up its oil from over there. So we got a separate one for the plastics. Smart, smart, smart. And then we pick up from here, which will get it to utilize all 4 in case it is super busy. Over to there to get it to utilize both as well. Now, we'll name this one. What's the other one? I'm not sure what the other one's called. Is it called Mount Isa? I'm not sure, but it's going to Rockhampton. We'll keep it Rockhampton. Rockhampton. Well, that's going to be called oil. The other Rockhampton one is crude oil, right? It's not yet refined. And I'll make this one a slightly tad bit darker, just so you can kind of differentiate. It's not really that much of a difference. Is what it is. And then we'll buy a train for that. Now, I'll buy the same size capacity train. The only difference is it takes longer to get there, so the other train will keep doing journeys. It is a 2-to-1 though, so do you know what? I'm not going to make it that big then. So buy you cargo. No, actually, I will. Because I'm gonna increase the other one. So this will be Rockhampton Oil, because the other one we've now renamed it to crude oil. So how much is on the platform? 92. That's the train there. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled on it. Right, so that's all done. And then I've got to create a line to bring then the plastics back. Now, the only downside is, right, you could ultimately use that train that delivers to go back that way, but it's a completely different carriage, and that's why it's so annoying. That's why it's so annoying. Like, super annoying. I can't express how annoying that is. Now, we're going to call this one the Rockhampton Plastic. Rockhampton City all the way over there, boys. And then change this to the colour purple. Let's go that colour purple. There we go. This is only going to be a small train. Now, is this a 2-to-1 for you? It's a 1-to-1. Okay, fair enough. But I will do a smaller train for this one anyway. So, steam, 3.5 cargo. It needs the box car, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'll do a 65 capacity, and just, we'll kind of just see how we get on with that. And then we'll come back and change it once we kind of then understand the demands coming from all of this. So that's all done. We technically now can get all the goods to the goods factory and then start delivering the goods. Which means we would require a train to go from all the way up there, all the way down to Albury. Which, I'm going to do it. I'll place it in now. All right, I'll place it in now. I just want to see where the line runs, and we'll make this go that colour. We'll see where the line wants to run, and we can see how we can make it a little bit more efficient. So there to Albury. And get it to utilise both platforms if needs be. But you can see it comes in from this direction. So we can shortcut the route by making it come down here, turning into there, and then also turning into there as well. That will then definitely shortcut the route. But that is a big ask right now. It's a big ask. So if I went from here to there, if I push it down a little bit further, I'm just watching those speeds. Just looking at those speeds. So we can maintain 100. It drops to 99 at some points, but I reckon we'll put it about there. Right. Zoomy right in. Just there for a minute so I can find that snapping connection. And then we'll do signals real quick. So, bam. And now we're bam. And you go there. On this side, it's a we're bam. We're bam. Bam. But it hasn't changed the other one. Oh, it hasn't changed that because I haven't done this one over here. What an idiot. What an absolute doofus. Right, what I'm going to do is delete these signals because they're going to be in the way of the bend. And we'll go from here, bring it all the way around. Oh, but do I want it to connect into this? Do I want it to give the ability to come down this way and potentially go that way? If so, this bend happens then here. And I might as well make the whole thing happen underground, right? Now, it's very slow, but it incorporates this as well. But that's the price they have to pay for being able to take that turn. Right, so now I'm going to have to do all the signals again. So that signal is going to have to go. Any other sigs? Oh, wrong button. This one there. Right, so signals. You. I'm not going to do one here. So I'll let them fly through it. But I will put one. Why have I done one there? That should have went there. What an idiot. Right. We'll put one just there to get them kind of in the area. That's there, which is okay. I think the rest of it is okay. Maybe one here. Boy, I'm trying to get you in. One there. To be on the safe side. And I'll do another set just here. It's just kind of push the trains down to the next signal a lot quicker. Now that I've got rid of these, I got to put this back in. Just to get them moving along a little bit more. So that then would have updated... Oh, it actually updates a couple of routes. So what has that actually updated then? There's a darker orange and a lighter orange. Going where? Oh, it's the fuel run as well. Sorry, it's the fuel and the goods. Oh, snap. Yeah, I forgot about the fuel. Okay, so that's now really, really shortened the fuel run to Albury. Which means it'll be a lot more frequent. And then go back into play mode. So that line then, let me edit this. So this is Albury goods. And I just need a small goods train. That's all I need. Nothing too crazy. I don't actually know which one to go with. What train have I used there? It's the Flying... Oh, yeah, the Flying Scot... I've used the Flying Scotsman because of the speed of it. Cargo. So we're now delivering goods, which... Goods go in a boxcar. So we'll give it a 65 capacity just because of the distance it's got to travel. We need to make it worth the while. So Albury goods. There we go. The first town to now get goods in Australia. So this will take a while then before we actually start seeing it kind of come to life. It will be a little bit of a while. We've got steel delivered. But that's all we've got delivered at this point. Right, that is... You loading? Waiting for free path? What? But you've got signals. Oh, I didn't do the crisscross. I didn't do the crisscross. Right, that can now go. You idiot, Sadiak. Right, off we go, boys. Off we go. So let it do what it's got to do right now. Let it do what it's got to do. And while we kind of let it circulate a few times and then start hopefully generating some goods, and then we'll then see what areas or what lines are currently slacking and we need to increase. We'll now start setting up the construction materials to deliver to Wagga Wagga. Right. Okay. Annoyingly, you're going to bring it down here, down here, down here, down here, down here, but that's part of it, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to set up a simple little train line that does a little loop in. So what I want, or what I need to kind of set up is, for the most part, a line like this. Confirm you. And a line to connect. So the further I put them away, obviously the more money I'm going to make. So building wise, this needs to be like this. And we'll put you... So let's say I put you here. And then road. I want no ownership on this. So that connects, which is glorious. We'll then get the train tracks, bring this to about there, which is fine. No bridge. This whole area is so elevated and I just can't get my head around it. Right. Into, I might just pick it from here first. Into there. And then from there to here. So that's all it needs to be. Oh my goodness me, it's built a bridge. I didn't want you to build a bridge. There we go. So that does that there, which allows the bricks to be delivered. I keep calling them bricks. The construction materials to be delivered to where they need to go to, and allows this to come in. So you got the V connection, which is perfect. So let's just quickly sort this out. Can be a bit of a pain. We'll get this all sorted so it looks pretty good. There we go. There we go. And then this, we'll just get a pretty standard connection to it. So if I just run it... Actually, we'll get the building down first. So this, we only need a 1. Because we don't have... And it can be an end station, to be honest with you. But I'll make it nice and big and long. Oh, I'm trying to get that connection in. There is like a little way where we can kind of almost drop it down here. Like there. I don't know how that's going to work with this train track right now because it's going to have to be a bendy-wendy. You know, I'm going to sink it down like that. I'll bring that to there and then in. We just got to sort out the crisscross over here. And then sort out all of this because this is now a mess. It might be easier to flatten it around first. And then go from there. So it's in a little bit of a ditch, really, isn't it? It's going to be in a little bit of a ditch. That's actually pretty cool. I do like that. I do like it. And that's pretty much then good to go. This is really a really short journey for a train station right now, for a train line. It is really short, so I'm not sure how this is going to be. But if I do it on rock, so I'm going to call it Rockhampton Stone is what it actually is. And then get a train set up to go do what I need it to do. So, Steam. I'm going to go for the 3.5. It's a lot cheaper than the Flying Scotsman. Cargo-wise, we need gondolas, so we'll go for a... I don't know how big I need to go. Maybe a 130 capacity. I just don't know how big or small it needs to be. There we go. And that will then start producing the construction materials, which straight away, right, I could get them delivered to Wagga Wagga. So it's going to be bright red. Oh, that's yellow, because that's the colour of it. And I'm going to call it Wagga Wagga, Wagga Wagga. There's an A, guys, not an O. I'm going to call it bricks because I can't bother to write construction materials. And we'll get a nice little train for this in as well. Now, it should be a straightforward run there to there, but I'm making it go like in a big S shape almost, which I do find hilarious. But we will use the Flying Scotsman on that. Just because of the distance they have to travel. And is it a boxcar for construction materials? No, it's a flat sidecar stakes. Steak. And we'll go a 65 capacity. We'll always come back and edit them and change them once we kind of get the idea of what the supply is. So we'll leave it. We'll pretty much leave it for now. We'll just leave it and just kind of see how we get on with it. And we'll kind of build some bus routes in a couple of our little towns right now to bring more passengers to the passenger routes. So it looks like we're already producing goods anyway. I mean, you can kind of see that we need more plastics and all that kind of jazz, but plastics are on the way over here right now, so it's a case of we'll eventually figure it all out. We'll come back a little bit later and to see where the demands are currently lying. I don't see how we're going to have 120 stone on the platform by the time that train comes back, but crazier things have happened, okay? Crazier things have happened. It is starting to get a lot more busier right now, but the high-speed train that will eventually come down, this is the only time we'll have to slow down. There'll be no other connections, apart from that one, along the way. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and what it is right now is glorious. So let's build some bus routes then. So when you take a look at the train stations, they don't really connect to the wider area of the city. And that's what we want to kind of do. We want to try and incorporate more roads, try and get them to connect in different areas, and enable it so we can have a bit more control over how the city grows. And it will just make it a lot easier for my bus routes. It really will. It really will. Right, I'm gonna bring you directly to there. Is that really too much of a slope? Oh my goodness me, it really is. So what I'll do is I'll kind of preempt the city. In many ways. I mean, I'm going to throw a connection there anyway. And then we can build a bus route going around it. So what I want to do is also smoothing the areas out, because believe it or not, if you don't smooth the areas out and you leave like little big gaps and canyons and cliff edges around the roads, it really hinders their growth. The more you're smoothing it out, the more of a flat surface you get for them to kind of build houses, and you get bigger houses, thus then getting bigger population. It is well worth it. Trust me, boys. It is well worth it. Like in the middle there right now, it's a bit rocky, but if I smooth it all out, it's going to look pretty good. Now, something else that we need to think about here in Portland is connecting this road up right now. Because this is the only road into Melbourne from Portland. This, we kind of cut it off. Now, I don't know how we're going to get a connection. Okay, it's actually pretty simple. But they don't like the slope, so I'm wondering if I can kind of go down to there. Cut through here. Delete all this. And have the road bend into there. And then that's their original connection all set up. So, we've pretty much got where we want it to, where we're preempting the city's going to grow. I might delete this road. It's a tough one, boys. I've got to delete stuff like that. Just so I can run this road. Hold on. And split it in the middle. To have that run up. You see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to grow the town a bit. Right, so let's now build some bus routes, or one bus route. So we'll have our bus stop, which will start here. We'll add another stop just there. Bring it up to here. Turn into there. You see, you can see how this is now working. I'm kind of preempting that the city will grow eventually to this area. So I'm making sure I've got good enough coverage. Now, the coverage for a stop over here goes up to there, and the coverage for a stop there goes over to here. So this whole area here, all I got to do is walk to and from an actual bus stop. So that gives us all of our coverage there. It's a simple loop, and that loop is on the outer of the city. So I'm future-proofing myself that the city is going to grow beyond my little bus loop, and then the bus loop will be centered to the city. So, new line, and then we'll start here. Bam, 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 and bam, and then back again. And I'll make the bus route red. Very, very easy to see. And we'll call it Portland Bus. Easy enough. Easy enough. And we'll buy 2 buses for it. Actually, it depends on what buses I've currently got. Passenger size. Oh, we've got... Oh, hello. 23 capacity. We'll go for 2 of these. And see how we get on for the Portland bus route. So that is technically our first bus route now in the game. For passengers. Glorious. So like I said, I'm preempting the city's going to grow further than that. And that's kind of where I want to go with all of this. Now, Melbourne's an interesting one. I think we should build a bridge over here. As a way to kind of be able to build a slight loop around Melbourne. It's got lots of hidden nooks and crannies. And if I'm being completely honest with you right now, the topography around this in the game is shockingly bad. It is shockingly bad. And we would have to do a lot of work to kind of fix it. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm definitely up for the challenge right now. I'm definitely up for the challenge. Do you know what? We can actually do a couple of little points of interest here. Right, I've got some really cool ideas. Let me just kind of build... See if I can build a bridge. So if I delete... Let me pause. If I delete you... Right. And if I come out... That's the train track, Zeniac. If I come out to there and then go to Bend... Up and over... Suspension bridge? Do you know, I like the idea of a suspension bridge in Melbourne. I do like the idea of that. I'm going with it. I know this is not accurately correct in any way, shape, or form, but just go with it. It allows me to then kind of bring a loop down to go through here, to cross over to get to access this side. Right? But then, once you get through here, I've got to go up, but then come back down. But there's areas I'm going to miss. So what if I can make it go up through this spiral, round, and then over to here? Would be hilarious. Right, hold on. Delete you. That's train tracks, Zeniac. If I brought that road out to there, can this road connect into this road? It can. But there's a bridge pillar expansion issue. That bridge is okay. Oh, suspension, boys. Let's go with it. And it enables them to have another connect. This is hilarious. I love Melbourne there. I love how this is now looking. So we get over to here. We will probably end up missing out with these people over here. Unless we kind of extended the suspensions to this island and to that, just for the funsies, because it's on the coast. I'm just kind of, I'm working to the game mechanics, not to real life. So through here, down there, back this way. So we'll probably get a bus stop there. We'll give a bit of coverage over there. Bring it through, round, up, down. And as you come down here, it covers all of this, leading down and then crisscross over. Crisscross applesauce. Yes. So before I go any further then, let's just smoothen these areas. Because we will see a nice little expansion right now for Melbourne. And in doing so, you need to make sure that the land is as good as you can get it for said expansions. To have maximum size on the buildings. It'll never be perfect. Don't get me wrong. It'll never be perfect. But there we go. So, bus routes then. We'll start at here, the train station. And we'll go this way round. So you can see the coverage that we get right now. It's a decent coverage there. And then we'll bring another stop just here. We'll do a stop just here before the turn-in, but look at the coverage it gives us all the way up to there, which is pretty nice. A stop then just here before we go up and over. We'll do a stop just here, which gives us a decent coverage to that area. We'll do a stop just there, and then a stop just here, which gives us coverage over there. Stop there, decent coverage again. Stop just in here. And then we'll do a stop going right round, up and over, there. Now this is interesting. We might need to kind of connect more roads. But I think it's a case of a stop here. A stop just there. Leading down this road. I know we don't really get much coverage there, but that there gives us coverage all the way down to the end of that. And then a stop here gives us coverage for the inner city. So we're covering Melbourne pretty well. So a stop just there. So that stop gives us coverage down to there. Technically, I don't need another bus stop now until you get to that one. So that should be okay. Some are a little bit too close, some are not close enough. But they do give us maximum coverage around Melbourne. They're all strategically placed is what I'm trying to say. To there and to there. Make this red as well. You can now see the loop going around. So they're all strategically placed to give us maximum coverage over Melbourne. And, I mean, you can't argue then, boys. We've got decent coverage. All these people can get to a train station. So, Melbourne. Bus. Now, we're going to have to pull the buses from somewhere. We'll pull the buses from over here, because we've only got really one road depot in this place. And we'll buy... I want to buy 6. I'm going to buy 6 buses for Melbourne because of how long the route is and how complex it is and how twisty and windy it is. But apparently there is an issue. Oh, I put cargo stops down the whole time. Right, it's an easy fix. It's an easy fix. I'm an absolute fool. There we go. I'm an absolute fool, boys. I'm an absolute fool. I'm sure someone's gone, Seniac, you putting cargo stops down, you fool. Yeah. Leave me alone. That's cyberbullying. Right, there we go. Up there. There. Bam. Bam. And where are we now missing? You. And you. And you. Now, is that all of them? No, we've got one just here. Just checking all the icons real quick. That is then all of them. Back into play mode. So Melbourne and Portland now have an exuberant amount of passengers that can now travel to the train station. And I'm all for it. I am all for it, boys. And by building these roads, we've given them additional connections they can kind of travel in. So hopefully it does also alleviate the traffic situation. The traffic situation is very busy. It's very, very, very busy. So hopefully it does do some additional alleviations. It don't help with these connections. So I'm thinking, can they not build a road going across? They can't do it because of the crissy-crossies happening just there. Which now I understand why there is so much congestion. There's a part of me that wants to kind of add additional roads, but we've also got this bridge in that will alleviate pressures of going across this way to there, then going all the way up and then down. So we'll give it time. We'll give it time for the maybe for the backlog to kind of reduce. But yeah. Also, the buses will change things as well because now they don't have to drive; they can take public transport. All right then. Very good. Melbourne, Portland pretty much now has what we want. I still got to do many of the other cities. We'll try and do a couple of cities every episode. I'll do next Mildura. And then we'll leave it for them for now. So bring... oh, I didn't get that connection directly through, did I? So I'm going to have to do some more destruction again, unfortunately. But there's a reason for it, because I'm following a line here. So in terms of roads, that's going to run down to here. And that will then run straight through. That can run straight down, and that can go straight into there. That to there. Okay, okay, okay. And I don't know what to do on this side, whether I should... No, I don't think they're going to expand over there yet, so I think I'm kind of okay. But it's going to be a very, very basic and simple loop here. So we'll start at the bus station. Going down, turning up to here, which I'll do a connection going across in just a minute. Into there, to there, there and there. Bam, bam, well, bam, done. It's simple, it's effective. So this is kind of the same as Portland. It's kind of like it's an outer loop on the outskirts of the town, but eventually when the town expands, it will become an inner loop on the inside of the town. Red, and we'll call it Mildura. Bus. Easy enough. And we'll get a couple of buses on that. Now, I wanted to kind of just add a few additional streets, maybe. So get that going through. These all will... I mean, I'm going to do it anyway. Connect up. Because then that bus stop there connects down to here. You're going to go across. Like that. I've preempted how the city is going to grow. Nice. And I think I'll get 2 buses. I don't know how busy it's going to be, to be honest with you, because it's got double train stations with great walkability coverage. So I might do... I'm just going to do 2, and we can always add more to it. So Mildura bus. There we go. Right. So we'll let them buses embed themselves into the natural areas. Portland's going to struggle to kind of get passengers because it needs to grow a bit more. But it is receiving its goods anyway. Oh, hang on. When's the last time we got fuel? It's been a while since it last got fuel. Where's the train? Why hasn't it had fuel in a long time? Oh, dear God, because this is not producing any fuel. What's happened to that line? Right, that's that one. It's the McKay oil. What's going on? Why is this line not producing oil no more? Where's the train? Oh! I just realized... What an idiot! I don't have a building. That's what it is. What an absolute noob. Oh, hello. Right, now all of a sudden we should see oil being produced. Where is it? Over here. Which it now is. Oh my goodness me, boys. I almost had a panic attack then. I almost had a panic attack thinking, what have I done? What have I now messed up? But it's all good. It's all good. Right, that one I get back up and running. That one I get back up and running. Right, how is the rock doing over here then? I don't think this will ever produce enough rock. But then again, the bricks it's producing is also pretty low. Now, is that a 2-to-1? It's a 1-to-1. But it's all based on the demands of Wagga Wagga, which, when it comes in, where is the coverage? It's a bit over there, isn't it? So it's kind of like very similar to the Mildura where it doesn't technically touch all the industry that we want it to touch, which is where a vehicle would come into place. So we understand that. How's the plastics right now? So that's just now picking up. There's a lot on the platform still for it that it could have got. So we double its capacity. We double its capacity, boys. Nice. And then over here, where's it delivering it to? Just over here right now, into the oil refinery. It just needs more oil delivered. There's a bit on the platform right now. That there is coming to collect the goods. There is 100 goods to collect, so that's pretty sound. Finances, that does make a decent amount of cash. Makes a decent amount of cash when it delivers. So that route's pretty much fine. I won't extend that because there's other towns that do need goods, and we'll wait for those guys to get the goods. This is now coming in to pick up the small amount of oil that is currently there because there's not enough because we don't have a big delivery come in just yet, but it's about to come in. That will now start producing fuel once it gets its oil delivery, which the oil delivery is right there. What are we waiting for here? That train to come through? Do I need another signal? Oh, I know why. Because I haven't got the signals on here set up. Signals. So they're having to wait for the train to come out on the wrong side of the tracks. So the crisscross is just there. So that would go like that. So they're all chugging through perfectly, and then they don't have to wait there. So this will be a lot more efficient. Right, okay. Things should get back into motion right now. They should get back to motion. I probably feel like we need to still wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I think they're okay for now until I've kind of fine-tuned more oil coming in. It's about to run out again, and the train's only now just getting back. That should pick up a load. Off it goes again. Now this, we probably just have to wait for the transportation numbers to increase before it starts putting more rock on there. But it can't pick up the 120 I've got on demand, but give it time. Give it some sweet, sweet time. So we've now got to the point where Albury and Wagga 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 are now getting their goods. Not in the quantities that we would hope for Wagga Wagga, but it will eventually kind of come in. New ships available. Oh, new trucks. That's interesting, new trucks. That really is interesting. How is this doing over here? This needs more. I've got a train here carrying 156. I'm going to edit this train. Hang on, how much is over here? Is a lot over there as well? Yes. Right, let's edit this train and replace it. It's currently got the... Oh, what's it got on? It's got the 3.5 on, hasn't it? Yeah, I might do the Flying Scotsman. So if I get... Yeah, if I actually just replace it. Flying Scotsman. Wagon. So in terms of the wagon now, I need the one that's going to carry... It's this one. No, it's not that one. It's not the gondola. Is it the boxcar? What is it? Gondola? Oh, no, I don't think I was selected on the gondola. Yeah, I don't think I was selected on it. So I've got 156 capacity. We'll give this... Because it's now got more pulling power. Oh, 208. 234. That's a lot of pulling power now. That's a very long carriage. Or train. Because that's got 300 there waiting. That's got 466 waiting. And we're just not producing enough to get these numbers up. Adelaide Food could do with an extra vehicle on there. I might actually switch these vehicles out, replace them with... So we've got these bad boys on, which carry 17. We could go up to 25. Yeah, 25 on those three. So I'm not sure how they'll make much of a difference. They'll be a lot quicker, so they'll get delivered more often. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on things. We can shorten that train eventually, this here, once we get new gondolas, because they'll be able to carry more so we can put less on them. Right, many vehicles using my bridge, kind of. Less vehicle. The numbers of the vehicles are slowly reducing over here. But my buses have to sit in this traffic, which is not a good idea for them. There's a shortcut connection kind of reached there. I wonder if we can kind of split the difference here. Oh, the bridge pillar's in the way. Alright, get you in. Smoothing all that out. A little bit of a shortcut, so these vehicles coming down here haven't got to go directly into there. They can kind of shortcut there and go to a different junction. But we've alleviated the amount of pressures there, so more vehicles should now move through. It's still complicated and complex. But the backlog is about to officially die down. It actually is. And then we'll get more movement on the go. But I'm just trying to think of like ways in which we can kind of like improve things slightly. Having additional connections, so they haven't got to use all the main runs. It's what we're hoping for. But it's trying to get people from over here through and up to there. Right, I get what the issue is. I completely get it. So just helping out where we can to give alternative routes should play a big part for us. It's a complete mess in Melbourne. I don't want to fix it. This is like London in the UK series I did. I don't want to fix it, but I get so drawn into trying to fix it. It's funny. It is funny. But yeah, things are going swimmingly right now, boys. They're going swimmingly. We should be getting more food now delivered. That train is now on the way back with loads on board. So we should then start producing more than we've ever done before. Very good. Now, how is the bus routes? Let me check my new bus routes now. So, the Mildura one, finances, yeah, long way to go until we got more people on it. This one's definitely going to be losing money. Yep. We understand it, though. We understand what the reason is behind it. And same with Melbourne. But what it's doing is giving us greater connectivity to the train lines. So Adelaide to Wagga Wagga, for example. Well, now you should start seeing an increase in passengers utilising it. Only between these two stops, though. Not the end routes, but we'll eventually expand to all the other towns and cities and all that kind of jazz. We are slowly getting there. Right, are we getting more rock delivered? That train's just dropped off some rock. There is 20 on the platform. There's one brick waiting to go. We'll get more delivered once we can kind of get a better connected area for Wagga Wagga. And the factories, that is something that we'll probably get done next episode as well. And are we now producing more plastics to get delivered over here? So they're picking up the goods. We're in for a plastic delivery. You got to kind of keep checking the factories. They've just had an oil delivery. So there's plastics on the platform. Just waiting for the train to come in. That's had an oil delivery. We got to kind of get these numbers back up and for it to like level up all over again. Which it comes from over here. Now that is about to level up again as well. So we're getting it back to where it was is the main thing. That is the main thing right now. So I think next episode then, what we'll do is we'll get the bus route sorted for Adelaide, the bus route sorted for Albury and Wagga, whatever you want to call it, right? And then we'll go back and look at Perth and see where we can implement the station for the cross-country rail. We're going to have to kind of create some connected lines up anyway to bring more people to Perth. So that can be the major hub to transport them from here all the way over to Mildura. It's going to be extensive. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be crazy. And we also need to reevaluate the lines on this side. Now, have we made a new record year? Yes, recently. 228. But then again, we did have a 229 previously. But we're pushing forward anyway, boys. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.